domestic issues. And here's what this is sort of a general question. It reads, explain your vision for the role of a senator from Tennessee and how that vision would form your representation of the state. Sort of an open-ended thing. I would add, why are you a better candidate than any of these fellows up here or that guy who's serving in the office right now?
The role of a United States Senator from Tennessee is a federal position. It is going to be my responsibility to vote on issues that will be more beneficial for United States citizens. At the same time, yeah, I'm from Tennessee, and it will be my responsibility to work with the state government, with the state officials, to work out a better living condition for the citizens of Tennessee. One way to do that is to alleviate existing taxes and not put any more taxes on the burdens on the shoulder of the Tennesseans. It's just a big burden. We need less taxes, and it's like I say, it's going to be a mutual beneficial type agreement. It's going to be my responsibility to work with the state officials in order to make decisions that's most beneficial for all Tennesseans, all citizens.
Well,
What would I do? The biggest thing that I can see that for the state of Tennessee, I will work for all the people, not just a group, for all the people in the state of Tennessee. Also, my thing would be to bring back our infrastructure back to Tennessee or back to the state, where we could have jobs, where people could live good, where we could bring taxes down. The only thing that they think about is taxes. So, and really we need to get rid of I think they got over 200 different departments in government now. We need to drop that down to about 15. So, you know, there would be a lot of money coming back in then to do things with for all states and for all the people.
James?
It's the voice of the people. Throughout this campaign trail, I walked 643 miles across the state. I walked and talked to every person I could meet, everybody. And along the way, I discovered something interesting. See, I walked from Memphis to Laurel Bloomery. And everybody in Memphis I talked to, and they described my walk, they go, where's Laurel Bloomery? When I got to Laurel Bloomery, everybody there was, oh, Memphis. That's the problem. That's the disconnect we have up there. We need to have people who are elected officials to represent all the voices, not just a few here, a few there, their own agendas. All of us. They need to know, make a presence. How many of you have ever met your elected officials? How many of you met your current senators? You know the commercials, you know the name. Most of you probably, if you look at the polls, don't even know the names. It's about representation. It's about being your voice.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Placer?
I agree. As a senator, we need to carry the people's voice forward. And I will serve the people of this state. In implementing a green economy, this is the new wave of the future. We need to prepare for that. And we need to communicate with our citizenry and get their input on how that will look in our state and the nation. We do have very strong moneyed interests in Washington, D.C., and one individual isn't enough. We need the whole voice of the state to rise up and carry that voice forward and know that it has a lot of impact and power to break through the special interests. Because if we want projects in our state that represent what we like to see, the vision of our future, that's what it's going to take. It's going to take us a larger voice. Thank you.
As a United States Senator, you should lead. I want to be able to, in the next 6 years, help pay down our debt from $17 trillion. I want to be able to revamp our tax system. I want to be able to restore jobs and get our infrastructure ready for the 21st century. As a United States Senator, you should be able to lead this state and this country, and that's what I want to be able to do.
Mr. Page?
Lamar Alexander has a rule in this little plaid book that says, let the executive set the agenda and the legislator will follow. That's part of the problem that we have in Tennessee, that he is willing to follow. As your next United States Senator, I will not allow Barack Obama or the next man or woman to set the agenda, but I will set the agenda for being the watchdog of Tennessee. My sleeves are already rolled up because I fight for my wife and my children and my business every single day. 10 years ago, my family and I were homeless. Today, we own our home. We're living the American dream. I've been there, I've done that, bought this house in the post-housing market crash, worked my way through a recession, didn't ask for handouts, didn't ask for favors, didn't cry to the Democrats and the Republicans saying, help me, help me, help me. But I said, what can I do? And that's the effort and that's the will I will take to Washington, D.C.
I'm not going to tell you I'm the best candidate for the job. I think most every single person in this room can do this job. It's just a matter of who's willing to stand up and do it. You go to my campaign website, I'm willing to bet I am the only single person that said, if you don't want to vote for me, fine. Vote for one of the other independent candidates. All I'm saying is we need to do something different. If you walk in the booth and push the button with the guy with the R or the D behind his name, just because that's what you've done all your life, then you're part of the problem. We all complain about putting ordinary guys into work. Pick one. Here we are. No, I'm not necessarily the best guy, but I'll do the job and I'll do it with conviction.
2 points. I want to emphasize on the word serve. As a United States Senator, and just as a human being, it's been my goal to serve others. And that definition has left Washington. The other thing is that I'm only one. There's 99 other United States Senators. So it would be my responsibility to have the backbone to stand up for the state of Tennessee and to convince the other 99 senators and persuade them in my views and for the state of Tennessee, because whatever I decide for the state of Tennessee, it's going to be better for the nation.